Hi everybody, this is Brett Abdullah, and I'm going to attempt to show you how to fix the linkage on your windshield wipers, which I broke during this winter during the snow and ice. It broke right off, so I've ordered a new part. I've got the part, I've got the correct part. But what makes me an expert to show you how to fix this? Well, this is my third attempt at it. And I did get the windshield wipers to work this last time, but as you can see, they are in the wrong position when they stop. So today I want to show you how to take this apart and put it back together the correct way, hopefully. And I'm not really good on cars, but I think all this practice has made me more of an expert, and I really wish I had videos like this that I could look at and know how to do this. So I'm not qualified. I'm a pastor here at Dearborn Heights First Assembly where I'm doing this right now, but let's give it another shot. Let me go ahead and get my tools ready, get everything ready, and take this baby apart once again. Alright, so here we go. First we have to take the windshield wiper arms off. And notice once again that they are in the wrong position, and that's why I'm taking it apart again to put them in the right position. So it requires a number 15 socket. So let's go ahead and take them off. One down. Now I gotta tell you, I hate working on cars. I'm not really that good at it. Now what they'll tell you is that these arms are easy to break off, but I'm going to show you the trick that somebody else showed me on YouTube. You gotta press down here and then pull up. Same thing on this side. Okay. You want to make sure you don't strip the inside of these too bad. Very important piece. Keep your windshield in the right order. Your white arms in the right order, because they are different. Now the next thing we have to take off is this collar right here. This uses a number 7 socket. So let's go ahead and just start taking these babies off. There's 4 screws here. Two loosened. ran into my first hiccup. Somehow that's not accessible at this time. Let's try taking everything else off. I found this to be a lot easier to do. Going back to the socket. While we're here, I'll take off the rest of the nuts together. You're going to see also 5 clips that you have to loosen and take out of here. Here's one of them. So there's 5 of them. One guy said just break them off. Well, it's much easier just to take them off. Squeeze them with some pliers and very simply push through. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the video and I'm going to take all these 4 screws off and remove this collar. And there are 2 clips on either side in back of this hood mount that you also have to unclip. Very simple though. Now what we're going to do is we're going to move this collar out of the way. We've unscrewed those 4 bolts. We've taken the 5 clips out. Now you're going to use a number 10 socket, and there's 3 bolts that we need to take out this linkage part. Hopefully you can see that linkage part, but I'll show you the bigger part once I pull it out. First we got to take the power off, and again there's a clip on back you need to just push up on and you can easily take it off. Now that's one of the things that wasn't really pointed out to me how to do, so I just wanted you to know about that. And now we're going to take the 3 bolts off to take the linkage off. There's washers with each of these bolts. Hopefully you can see. I'm going to go over here and do it. We got my neighbor Al over here, neighbor to the church. He probably knows how to do this a lot better than I do. I'm making a video so people that don't know about cars like me know how to do this, and they don't have to do it 3 different times.
What task are you performing today?
What?
What task are you performing today?
I am, I've replaced the linkage for the wiper arms here. Finally got it hooked up. I broke it during the ice storm. But I've tried doing this 3 different times. First time my car wouldn't start at all. I mean, how can it get, how do things get worse when I work on cars? The second time I got it working, I got the wipers working, but they rested across the middle of the windshield. So this time I'm going to attempt to do it right. But I will tell our audience that I have one other big problem. I've actually stripped the bolt that connects the windshield wiper molder to the linkage. I've stripped it, so I gotta somehow get that out. And we'll just tell you how we did that, because I'm sure it's going to be a tough task.
Try using a flat screwdriver underneath the washer to put pressure as you're twisting.
Yeah, we're going to try to use a flat screwdriver, flathead screwdriver under the screw and to apply pressure as we lift up. Hopefully that'll work. If not, there's other things we can do. And there's smarter people than me.
And again, to lock down again, you might try Loctite when you put it back in.
Lock it what?
Loctite.
Oh.
So that it
well,
forms a little bit better of a bond.
Oh, okay.
To lock it back in place.
Well, I'm probably going to have to get a new screw, to tell you the truth. A new nut.
Yeah, if you can get the nut off, that'd be great.
Yeah. Well,
if it's a built-in one.
No, it's one of those nuts that has its own washer hooked up on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then yeah, you should be able to replace that easy.
Yeah. Well, first the windshield wipers weren't turning, so what I did, I really screwed it on tight, so make sure they grip together. And that works fine. So I've learned a lot of stuff about putting the linkage in for an HHR windshield wiper. I'm practically an expert. Bye, Al. Bye, cheering section. We got one more screw here. Now the good thing is this linkage only goes in one way, so you can't really mess that part up. But I did want to show you a few things before we end this session of the video. So this is the windshield wiper linkage. What happens is this molder right here, which I didn't have to replace, rest in one area. So right now it's in the rest position. The problem is these are not in the right position. So I need to put them in the right position, and I'm going to have to take this screw off, which I've heavily stripped. And by the way, I just got the linkage part. I did not have to replace the molder. The molder actually worked. And I used a motor that was in the car. And to take that off, there's 3 screws that you need to take off there. And of course, this nut for the linkage has to be taken off. but I do not have to take off the motor. I just have to take off this linkage part right now. So I'm going to pause right here, and then we're going to come back probably tomorrow, even though it'll be on the same video, and reattach this after we get this stripped screw out. Here we are back repairing HHR windshield wipers, and right now my friend Elias is we're going to reinstall this. This is after readjusted the linkage so that the arms would rest in the proper spot, not in the middle of the windshield, which I had done previously. So again, we're just showing you how to put this back in. We're going to put in 3 screws here. It takes a number 10 socket, and as you can notice, we've already unconnected the power. We have tested this out, by the way. We have tested this out, and I'm going to help Elias here put this together. So 3 screws, and again we got a new linkage here, as you can see, but we used the existing windshield wiper motor. But you have to make sure your linkage is all the way to the right so that your windshield wipers sit properly. So that's what we're doing right now, is we're just screwing that down. It's got to be relatively firm in there. So we're going to tighten these down, and we'll be right back. So we've installed the 3 screws, and now we're going to hook up the power. Again, there's just a clip on the underside that you have to make sure snaps in. So we're all set there. And now we're going to put the collar back on to this. And let me tell you this. The first thing you want to do with your collar is you want to reinstall the 5 snap clips that you see here. And so we're going to line this up, and we're going to put these clips back in. And there's 5 of them. Yeah, I'm going to try to do one of them right now. And they just snap right back in. Do not break these off. These are very easy to take off and take on. I know there's one video out there that says just break them off. Well, don't just break them off. It's a lot easier doing it this way, believe me. Even though I'm obviously having a hard time here, but I am doing it one-handed. And I'll actually let Elias do this one. And we got them all done. And so now we need to put the 4 collar screws back in. And there's 4 of them. They're really long screws, which actually makes them kind of annoying. But you can see Elias working on the one right here right now.
Find out where they are.
Always trying to line them up. It's a pain in the butt.
Which one?
I broke off one of these clips already. You can see the clip right here, but I broke it off on the other side, but you can utilize those. And yes, I can do things with one hand. And by the way, we are using a number 7 socket to put these back in. A number 7 socket. So let us get these in and then we'll be right back. So as you can see, we've got the collar on. We put on the 5 different clips and the 4 screws. You have to make sure the collar is lined up properly. As you can see right here, and there's a clip back there and back there. And then what we did is we instead of wasting time on the camera, we have put the arms back on. Now remember, the arms, you have to be careful with these arms so you don't break them. And then we tested them before we're going to button it up right now, as Elias is going to tighten these good. So make sure that they're connected to the spine correctly. And so we lined up the windshield wipers to be at the right place. You want to tighten this? Now, I will tell you something, that I did lose these caps, and you can order them on Amazon. They protect from rust, and I'll have to do that. But we've lined up the windshield wipers properly, which was a big problem before. And now you can see that they are good. I'm going to close the hood. And now we're going to test the windshield wipers. And you can see that they are working properly. They're not hitting each other. Maybe they're not perfect. But they seem to be working fine. So that's it. And now I can see out my windshield, and you get to hear a pastor who doesn't know how to do this, has done it 3 times, and is now an expert at putting windshield wiper linkages on. So see you later. God bless.